I don't know how they did it. All I know is they did it. I don't think anybody knows how they did it, how they lifted those stones, how they brought them up to that level. I think we're looking again at a lost technology. And it was this ancient apocalypse 12,800 years ago that wiped that.
In recent years, Egypt has had some of the most remarkable archaeological discoveries, from artifacts made of extraterrestrial objects to mysterious structures, to texts that speak of phenomena beyond the natural. Each revelation unveils a facet of history that had never before been seen. What secrets lie hidden in the foundations of the pyramids? Join us as we explore some of the most astonishing discoveries in Egypt that have shocked the world. Number 20. The Tomb of King Tutankhamun. The tomb of King Tutankhamun, discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter, remains an enduring symbol of ancient Egypt. Despite a century of study, mysteries still shroud the life and death of this young pharaoh. His untimely demise at 19 without an heir raises intriguing questions. Though married to his half-sister, the identity of his successor remains elusive. Adding to the enigma, radar scans in 2015 hinted at hidden chambers within Tutankhamun's tomb, offering the possibility of additional burials. Also, in his tomb, 2 miniature coffins were found close to his, which indicates that he was buried alongside 2 other people who would accompany him to the afterworld. The infamous Curse of the Pharaohs associated with the tomb evokes fear and fascination. Legend tells of a curse befalling those who disturb the grave, leading to mysterious deaths. While initially dismissed as a hoax, the misfortunes that struck Carter's team after the expedition raised eyebrows. One member died from a mosquito bite, another from a sleeping pill overdose, and a friend succumbed to a fever. Carter himself battled health issues, including pneumonia. Are these events mere coincidence or the workings of the curse? Number 19. The Book of the Dead. The ancient Egyptians were so interested in the afterlife that they put many measures in place to ensure the smooth transition of their departed souls. Still, on ancient Egyptian texts, let's briefly examine the mysterious Book of the Dead. These are a collection of magical texts and spells written on delicate papyrus, filled with powerful spells and enchantments. This book, known as the Book of the Dead, dates back to around 1550 BC and was used until about 50 BC during the New Kingdom to safeguard and guide the departed through Duat, the mythical underworld. They were like a roadmap, revealing the precise details of what lay ahead after death and the knowledge required to reach Paradisi. These enchantments were carefully placed in tombs. We know the purpose it served, but how did they come about? The origins and compilation of the Book of the Dead remain unknown. For centuries, the rituals and knowledge contained within were closely guarded secrets held exclusively by Egyptian royalty. However, as time passed, these secrets gradually became accessible to all Egyptians, regardless of their social status. One can only imagine this book's impact on understanding Egyptian spirituality when it was rediscovered. In 1842, the brilliant German Egyptologist Carl Richard Lepsius published a collection of ancient mortuary texts. These texts were known in ancient Egypt as the Chapters of Going Forth by Day, but Lepsius named the group the Book of the Dead. Through its 200 chapters, this captivating work provides a thrilling glimpse into the beliefs, trials, joys, and fears associated with the journey into the mysterious realm of death. If you want to know the mystique and wonder surrounding its timeless secrets, you should get one for yourself. Number 18. Tutankhamun's Trumpets. Let's talk about the tomb of the child king, Tutankhamun, which is said to be associated with a curse that is said to bring about bad luck, sickness, or even something as serious as death to anyone who disturbs the remains of an ancient Egyptian, especially an important leader like a pharaoh. In 1922, during an excavation, Howard Carter made an incredible discovery in King Tut's tomb. He found a silver trumpet inside the burial chamber, and in the tomb's antechamber, there was a large chest holding the bronze trumpet along with military objects and walking sticks. Both had engraving images of gods Ra-Horakhti, Ptah, and Amun. These trumpets are the oldest of their kind and the only surviving examples from ancient Egypt, which was believed to aid Tutankhamun in his resurrection journey. In 1939, BBC Radio recorded the sound of one of Tutankhamun's trumpets, allowing people worldwide to hear the incredible and ancient music it produced. But here's where the story takes a mysterious twist. Just a few months later, World War II began. This incident raised the dust of speculations that perhaps the trumpet had the magical ability to summon war itself. Do you think it was just a coincidence? As if that wasn't enough, in the year 2011, the bronze trumpet was stolen during a raid in the museum. But can you believe that a few months later, it was mysteriously returned without even a scratch? Who knows what the looter experienced while the trumpet was in his possession? Could it be the curse of the pharaoh at work? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Number 17. Ushabti statues. One thing commonly seen during the excavation of burial sites of ancient Egyptians is statues. While some of these statues served as offerings for private individuals and as ritual representations of royal and divine figures, some, like the Ushabti's figurines, were more than offerings. Brace yourself for the mysterious practices surrounding the Ushabti statues. Ushabti is an ancient Egyptian word wushbtj, which replaced the earlier shwbtj, perhaps connected to the persea tree. Made of various materials ranging from the faience, a glazed and fired ceramic, to common substances like wood or clay, these figurines were an integral part of the afterlife preparations during the Old Kingdom of Egypt. They were like guardians of the deceased, who were meant to serve their master in the afterlife. With a hoe gracefully balanced on their shoulders and a basket resting upon their backs, they were devoted servants, ready to toil on behalf of the departed. And their legs, which often bore hieroglyphic inscriptions like sacred tattoos, served as declarations of their unwavering commitment to answer the beckoning call of the gods. Now, to the scariest part. Do you know that for these figurines to work, a spell had to be used on them? Yes, the spell that were gotten from chapter 6 of the Book of the Dead were used to manipulate them and summon them to labor in the afterlife, where they would dutifully perform any manual task required of them. What other secrets lie hidden within the annals of time, waiting to be unveiled? Number 16. Black granite sarcophagus. Back in July 2018, something mysterious was unearthed in Alexandria, Egypt. A black granite sarcophagus. Imagine the anticipation as the lid of the coffin was lifted, revealing what lay inside. Instead of the fabled remains of Alexander the Great, there were 3 skeletons and a putrid red-brown sewage water that emitted an unbearable stench. It turns out that over 2,000 years, this box had become a receptacle for less than pleasant substances. But who were these individuals? They are believed to be warriors, and upon examination, one of the skeletons displayed a wound consistent with being struck by an arrow. Despite the rather unpleasant contents, an astonishing petition was started. Believe it or not, almost 7,500 people signed a request to drink the sewage liquid. They believed it had special powers that could make them superhumans. It's amusing how far humans can go in pursuit of power. Number 15. Pit of Hands. In a chilling discovery, archaeologists found shallow pits near a royal palace in Avaris, Egypt in 2011. They found the remains of at least 12 severed right hands, mostly buried with their palms facing down. These hands, accompanied by disarticulated fingers, are believed to date back to Egypt's 15th dynasty, from 1640 BC to 1530 BC. During this period, the Hyksos controlled the eastern Nile Delta, a dynasty known as the rulers of foreign countries. The hands were meticulously severed and likely belonged to 12 adults, 11 males, and possibly 1 female. The pits themselves were dated to the same time frame. This discovery provides a chilling glimpse into the ancient Egyptians' act of severing hands, which may have served as a condemnation in the afterlife. It is speculated that after battles, the needles were thrown into the pits as part of a post-battle ritual, where fallen foes were mutilated with care. Number 14. The Senet board game. Next on our list is the Egyptian board game called Senet. The Senet is a challenging game of chance and strategy with a board of inlaid panels or scratched into the earth, with 10 or more pawns on a 30-square playing board by up to 10 players. Before you think of it as a game, hold on a bit. It was believed that those who played the game would join Re-Horakti, the sun god, and go on a spiritual journey to the afterlife. So, it was more of a spiritual odyssey than a game. Depictions of it could be seen in tomb paintings emphasizing its importance in death and the afterlife. The goal of the Senate was to skillfully maneuver pieces across the board, being careful to dodge dangers. Certain squares on the board represent challenges one might face in the afterlife, while others provide a safe passage. They often played with sacred items like amulets and figurines, believing these would aid them on their journey. Number 13. Tully Papyrus. Let's shift our attention for a while to ancient Egyptian writings. These writings have been discovered to hold many secrets, and the Tully Papyrus is one of them. It's a mysterious document that some people believe is the earliest written record of a UFO sighting. According to a story from 1953, published in Doubt magazine by Tiffany Thayer, the Tully Papyrus is said to be a transcription of an ancient Egyptian papyrus dating back to the time of Thutmose III. The article claims that Boris de Rachwiltz sent the transcription to Thayer after supposedly finding it among the papers left by Alberto Tully, a Vatican museum director who had passed away. In this alleged transcription, there are references to circles of fire or fiery discs. UFO enthusiasts and researchers have interpreted these descriptions as possible evidence of ancient flying saucers. However, here's where the mystery deepens. The original papyrus has never been found, and the transcription itself is said to contain errors. So, while it's fascinating to think that the Tully Papyrus could provide evidence of ancient UFO sightings, the lack of concrete proof makes it difficult to determine the truth behind these claims. The Tully Papyrus remains a mystery, leaving us wondering about the possibility of ancient encounters with unidentified flying objects. One day, further evidence will come to light, shedding more light on this captivating mystery. Number 12. Mummies with golden tongues. Imagine ancient mummies with a secret hidden in their mouths, gold chips that replaced their tongues. This astonishing find emerged from the Kuwaisna Cemetery in the central Nile Delta. The mummies, unfortunately, were in a state of decay, their secrets crumbling away with time. Although golden-tongued mummies have been found previously, their purpose remains enigmatic. It is speculated that during the embalming process, their tongues were removed and replaced with gold, enabling them to communicate with the gods. These valuable bodily modifications pose a compelling question. How did the ancient people converse with the divine? Unraveling this mystery could shed light on ancient religious practices and beliefs. The mummies discovered at the Kuwaisna necropolis date back to a period spanning from 300 BCE to 640 CE. In the mouths of some of these mummies, fragments of golden chips shaped like human tongues were uncovered, albeit in a deteriorated condition. Number 11. Statue of the goddess Sekhmet. This next statue stands out in many archaeological sites and even museums across the globe, talking about the peculiar figure that combines the characteristics of a human and a lioness called Sekhmet. Sekhmet is a mighty deity in ancient Egypt. Picture her as a ferocious lioness, exuding power and strength. During the reign of Amenhotep III in the 18th dynasty, many of these statues of Sekhmet were crafted from granodiorite. But what was their true purpose? Why were they created in such abundance? Historians offer varying theories. Some suggest that King Amenhotep III, plagued by ailments, surrounded himself with these statues, believing that Sekhmet possessed the power to heal him. She was said to have the remedy to every affliction. Others propose that the figures were intended to safeguard the king and his people from harm. Many myths surround this god. One such legend recounts the tale of Sekhmet's role in destroying humanity. Sent by Ra, the sun god, to punish humanity, she unleashed her wrath upon the world, nearly obliterating humankind. However, Ra cunningly tricked Sekhmet into drinking red-dyed beer, causing her to transform into Hathor, the goddess of love and music. In another myth, the Eye of Ra, a sun symbol, was closely associated with Sekhmet. Here, Ra dispatched her to discipline disobedient humans, yet her bloodlust became insatiable. Ra had to intervene to halt the devastation she wrought, ensuring humanity's survival. She was even said to spread disease when she is not happy. Reflecting on the essence of these statues of Sekhmet, we are left pondering their profound significance. What do they represent beyond their physical form? Are they reminders of the delicate balance between destruction and healing, wrath and compassion? Number 10. Tutankhamun's dagger. We're still wondering why a young king like Tutankhamun was buried with many valuable things. Maybe they were meant to accompany him to the afterlife or to show how powerful he was when he was alive. Among these treasures, Howard Carter discovered an iron dagger adorned with gold when he unwrapped the mummy in 1922. This discovery is significant because the dagger is over 2,000 years older than Egypt's Iron Age. Initially, the dagger's blade was thought to be made of regular iron. However, further studies revealed that it was crafted from meteoric iron, a material from outer space. In 1970, X-ray analysis showed high levels of nickel, indicating its extraterrestrial origins. In confirmation, a study published in June 2016 using X-ray fluorescent spectrometer analysis revealed that the blade was primarily made of iron, Fe, with 11% nickel, Ni, and 0.6% cobalt, Co. During King Tutankhamun's reign, iron smelting had yet to be invented, making iron a precious and rare material. Obtaining iron often involved acquiring meteorites, which were highly valued. A unique Widman-Stettin pattern on the blade suggests it was made from an octahedrite, the largest group of iron meteorites. This discovery implies that ancient Egyptians knew meteorites and their properties. While the exact purpose of the dagger remains unclear, it continues to baffle researchers. It is believed to have held ceremonial or symbolic significance within the context of Tutankhamun's tomb. Number 9. Mummified falcons. Falcons hold great significance in Egyptian mythology, and now archaeologists digging in the ancient port city of Berenike have unearthed a shrine that sheds light on previously unknown practices. The excavation, led by the Sekite Project and published in the American Journal of Archaeology in 2022, revealed a religious complex from the late Roman period. Called the Falcon Shrine, this site was explored by the Polish Center of Mediterranean Archaeology and the University of Delaware. An astonishing 15 falcons were found within the shrine, mostly without their heads. While falcon burials have been uncovered in the Nile Valley before, this was the first time archaeologists encountered falcons interred within a temple, accompanied by eggs. An intriguing inscription added to the mystery. It read, "It is improper to boil a head in here, and is believed to prohibit the boiling of bird heads within the shrine's confines." Scholars interpret this message as a directive for those entering the temple. What rituals were carried out in these shrines? Number 8. Nefertiti's bust, 123. Once a powerful ruler of ancient Egypt, Queen Nefertiti played a significant role in history, only to vanish without a trace in 1336 BCE. Her disappearance has left historians puzzled for centuries, amplifying the allure surrounding her life and legacy. Who would have known that she was an epitome of beauty, if not for this super-realistic bust of her that was made? Crafted around 1345 BCE by Thutmose, a renowned artist, this masterpiece was discovered in his workshop in Tel El Amarna, Egypt. Made of stucco-coated limestone, the bust stands 48 centimeters, 19 inches tall. It weighs a substantial 20 kilograms, 44 pounds. It is one of the most copied works from ancient Egypt and has immortalized Queen Nefertiti as an emblem of feminine beauty. In 1912, a German archaeological team led by Ludwig Borchardt found the bust in Thutmose's workshop. Its life-sized representation of the queen, standing at 47 centimeters high, captures her elegance. Adorned with a flat-cut blue wig, adorned with a ribbon halfway up, every brushstroke of paint seems fresh and vibrant, making it an exceptional piece of art. What makes the Nefertiti bust even more intriguing is the meaning behind her name. Nefertiti translates to, "The beautiful one has cometh forth." It encapsulates her status as a symbol of unparalleled beauty. Even to this day, despite the damage sustained over centuries, the bust continues to captivate and enchant. She must have been the standard for beauty in her days. Number 7. The Great Sphinx of Giza. The Great Sphinx of Giza is an ancient statue in Giza, Egypt. It's made of limestone and depicts a sphinx creature with characteristics of a lioness and a human. The figure is situated on the Giza Plateau on the west side of the Nile River and faces from west to east. The face of the Sphinx is thought to represent the pharaoh Khafre, who ruled when the statue was built. It's the oldest known monumental sculpture in Egypt and is famous worldwide for its distinctive appearance. People have different ideas about why the Sphinx was constructed. Some think it was created as a symbol of the pharaoh's power, while others believe it had religious or astronomical significance. Some theories suggest there might be hidden chambers or tunnels beneath the Sphinx. This is plausible since many fascinating discoveries have been made in similar ancient structures. Despite the mysteries surrounding the Sphinx and its widespread interest, explorations have yet to occur there to uncover its secrets. What if it was explored and discovered that it indeed did have secrets that showed the ancient civilization's relationship with extraterrestrials? There are numerous speculations concerning the reason for its missing nose, but one prominent theory posits that it was damaged by a cannon during Napoleon's expedition. To provide further context, sketches of the Sphinx by Frederick Louis Norden, a Danish explorer, in 1737, published in 1755, depict the Sphinx without a nose. These drawings predate Napoleon's time, debunking the aforementioned speculation. So, the mutilated nose, unknown purpose, and discoveries make this enigmatic statue and its timeless gaze continue to captivate us, leaving us to wonder what revelations may lie dormant within its ancient stones. Number 6. Libyan Desert Glass. 1:23. Let's take some time to admire nature's beauty on the border with Libya. In 1932, a British geographer, Patrick Clayton, unearthed large pieces of striking yellow-green Libyan desert glass in Egypt's Great Sand Sea, near the Libyan border. Some weighed a hefty 26 pounds, scattered across the vast expanse of the desert. The fact that Egypt was the first place such mineral stone was seen and identified as the very gemstone that had mystified archaeologists in King Tut's tomb blots. Scientists unsettled until recently when it was revealed after in-depth research that it was formed 29 million years ago. It is believed to be linked to impact features, such as the breakdown of zircon, vaporized quartz, and even traces of meteoritic metals, all of which point to an ancient meteorite impact, which produced a temperature exceeding 1,600 degrees Celsius, which resulted in this. During the Pleistocene era, our ancestors skillfully knapped the glass, shaping it into tools for their daily needs. The ancient Egyptians, renowned for their craftsmanship, also utilized Libyan desert glass to create exquisite jewelry and other decorative objects, which explains the piece in Tutankhamun's tomb. Number 5. Queen Ninth's tomb. During the excavation at the Saqqara necropolis in 2022, a pyramid dedicated to Queen Ninth was revealed, accompanied by a treasure trove of antiquities. The findings were 300 coffins, 100 mummies, and various other artifacts. These remarkable discoveries were made close to Cairo and follow recent revelations about Pharaoh Teti and the sarcophagus of King Ramses II's treasurer. Queen Neith's identity had remained shrouded in mystery until the discovery of her tomb, which intriguingly lacked inscriptions to provide clues about her. The tomb included a grand limestone sarcophagus and 300 exquisite coffins from the New Kingdom period. Each coffin was adorned with unique decorations depicting scenes from the Book of the Dead. Interestingly, it is believed that the tomb also housed some of Tutankhamun's most trusted generals and advisors. This monumental discovery has not only rewritten history, but has also introduced a new queen into the annals of Egyptian royalty. Number 4. Tunnel leading to Cleopatra's tomb. A remarkable discovery has been made beneath Taposiris Magna, an ancient city on the Egyptian coast. Archaeologists unearthed a vast underground tunnel believed to hold the key to Queen Cleopatra's tomb. Buried 13 meters, 43 feet, below a temple, the tunnel stretches an impressive 1,305 meters, 4,281 feet, showcasing intricate engineering like the Tunnel of Eupalinos on Samos Island. Excavations also revealed a grand religious center with 3 sanctuaries and a sacred lake. which had spiritual significance. But what truly fascinated researchers were the treasures concealed within, including over 1,500 objects like busts, statues, golden artifacts, and coins featuring Alexander the Great, Queen Cleopatra, and the Ptolemies. Of particular interest were interconnected tunnels leading to the Mediterranean Sea, offering hope of locating Cleopatra's resting place. Though the connection remains unproven, we hope this underground network will potentially lead us to the long-lost tomb of Egypt's iconic queen. Number 3. Wooden Sarcophagus 240. Saqqara, a place steeped in history and wonder, has once again become the epicenter of remarkable discoveries. It is known for its 11 magnificent pyramids, including the iconic Step Pyramid, a treasure trove of ancient tombs and captivating sights. In a thrilling revelation, Khalid El-Anani unveiled 59 sealed coffins, each containing mummies from over 2,600 years ago, primarily priests and clerks, from the 26th dynasty. From the First Dynasty to the Coptic period, it holds many historical wonders. El-Anani, with an air of anticipation, proclaimed that this discovery was merely the beginning, hinting at the existence of numerous undiscovered coffins. Last month, 13 coffins were found in a newly discovered well, adding to the excitement surrounding Saqqara. As part of the necropolis of Memphis, Egypt's ancient capital, Saqqara stands alongside the renowned Giza pyramids and other smaller pyramids. The ruins of Memphis have earned the prestigious UNESCO World Heritage status. Number 2. The Great Library of Alexandria. The Great Library of Alexandria, in the ancient city of Alexandria, Egypt, was a sanctuary of knowledge, unrivaled in its time. This haven of wisdom was no ordinary library. It was the centerpiece of a grand institution known as the Museion, a place dedicated to the 9 goddesses of the arts, the Muses. Though historians say this marvel of human intellect came into being under the leadership of Ptolemy II Philadelphus, some 3 centuries before the Common Era, the founder of the library is unknown, and even the precise location has yet to be discovered. But how did the library meet its end? What led to its destruction? Was it a calculated act, a tragic mishap, or even more cryptic? Why has no one seen even one of its remains? If it was a deliberate act, why was it destroyed? There are speculations that it was destroyed so that people of this civilization wouldn't have early and easy access to technological advancements. Could this be true? Number 1. The Temple of Zeus. In Egypt, archaeologists have made an extraordinary discovery, an ancient temple dedicated to Zeus Cassios, a deity that combined the traits of Zeus and the weather god Cassios. The temple's ruins were found at the Tel El Farama archaeological site on the northwestern Sinai Peninsula. This area, known as Pelusium in Greco-Roman times, was a significant city and harbor located at the eastern mouth of the Nile River. The archaeological team stumbled upon the temple while excavating around 2 pink granite columns that had collapsed during an ancient earthquake. These columns were originally part of the temple's entrance. Further exploration revealed additional remnants, including granite blocks believed to have formed a staircase leading to the temple's eastern hall. Interestingly, large blocks of pink granite were discovered in the surrounding streets, suggesting that the stones from the temple were repurposed for other constructions, such as nearby churches. To better understand the temple's design, scientists use photogrammetry, a technique that creates virtual 3D images from multiple digital photographs to document and recreate the temple digitally. This remarkable find raises intriguing questions about the temple's history and the relationship between ancient Egyptian and Greek cultures. As archaeologists continue their work, there is hope that this temple and its associated discoveries may eventually provide clues leading to the long-sought tomb of one of Egypt's influential leaders. Which of these discoveries made you wonder at the magnitude of secrets still that lay hidden? Leave your thoughts in the comments section, and thank you for watching. A 7% plagiarized material found here.